10-point lead for Duke. He's got 7 off the bench to the bucket. Easy flush. The Iceman. Knocked away. Yakuchonis tracks it down. Flag is back. Yakuchonis picks it up. Gibbs, Lawhorn inside. And cookies is what they call it.
Gungbo with the
easy,
beautiful pocket pass.
Down the lane. Gibbs, Lawhorn. Drives on Ivisic. Tries to take him in deep. Ivisic with the rebound. Gibbs, Lawhorn. Pogo stick. High uppercut.
Badgers led by 13 a couple moments ago. Into the shot clock. Humbrick House. And look at the putback. Dre Gibbs, Lawhorn.
Who can also play the 4 spot. Those are 2 of your best rebounders on the team, both on the defensive backboard and the offensive backboard. You miss those guys, you get punished on the glass. Exactly what's happening here.
Big 3, though.
Good when he gets into the painted area. So strong, able to basically bump you off of him, which gives him room to be able to get that shot off.
Reigning National Player of the Week, the senior John Tonje now has 14. Boswell inside, kicking out. Watch the shot clock at 5. Pulling up 3. Yes! Dre Gibbs.
You got 2 speedy guys guarding each other right now.
High off the glass, but McGee could not get it.
Kamari McGee can flat out run, and Dre Gibbs Lawhorn is awfully speedy as well.
Here is Gibbs Lawhorn, gives it up. Gibbs Lawhorn surveys, stops, 15-footer good. Guard is used consistently for Crowd. Be aggressive, be aggressive. He's been around the block 142 games in that Badger uniform.
That's crazy.
5th-year senior.
Let's see if that little pull-up J that Yakuchonis made going into the timeout can get him going here in the second half. Because for Illinois to win this game, they've got to get him going. How about the impact that Drake...
that Wisconsin's playing for, but right now they got eyes on a potential Big Ten title.
A lot of games left.
Yes.
A lot of games left.
Yeah, 5 after tonight in the conference. Ivisic kicks out, Gibbs Lawhorn.
He's got to take that shot and drive it right away.
How about that shot?
I love it.
At the rim, really nice patience there by John Blackwell.
John did that a lot in the first half. And it's just been fun to watch him grow over the last 2 years. And he's taken that next step, playing with a high level of confidence on both ends of the floor.
This has just been surgeon-like tonight from Wisconsin. Gibbs Lawhorn has been a bright spot. Team high 17.
Bailey in the center circle. Tomislav Ivisic wins the tip. Illinois goes on offense first. Put up 87 points in their win against Ohio State last time out. And it wasn't by shooting threes. It was mostly done in the paint.
We'll see how much Illinois looks to get to the painted area. Of course, they're going to take open ones, but Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, tough shot.
There's a 3 by Williams.
That's the shot that Illinois wants him to take.
Gibbs Lawhorn. Euro stepping his way through. It's a 1-point game. Humbrick House can't hit it. Stripped away by Gibbs Lawhorn. Hits the shot.
It's the Illinois guards again.
Up, locked the knees, and off he went to the basket.
Royal with 21. He has been a huge story for the Buckeyes in this one. Yakuchonis on top. And approaching 2 minutes gone in the second half. Gibbs Lawhorn will take it. Look at him weave and drive and get it to go.
Close, but no backcourt.
Shot clock at 1. Humbrick House has got a fire. Oh, that close. Put up and in. Gibbs Lawhorn.
The answer is for Ohio State right now. Looked for a lob. It was well defended.
Royal had it pickpocketed. Gibbs Lawhorn. Oh, he skied.
Illinois spent a lot of time on chasing a Sejan around off screens in their shoot-around today. Humbrick House able to save it on the offensive board. He had 21 of those against Northwestern, and off the glass it turns into... Here's Gary. Drives inside, can't get that to go. Nebraska not exactly lighting it up. They're one for their last 10. Here's Gibbs Lawhorn spinning to the rim. Count the bucket. And here's a Sejan. 4-3. Short. Morgan. Offensive rebound for Nebraska and then taken away. Here comes Illinois. Gibbs Lawhorn. The step through to the rim for two. And a tackle for Nebraska. 4-point Nebraska lead. Gibbs Lawhorn. He'll launch the three. And he'll rattle it home. It's a 1 large for the Huskers. Jonas. Shot hunting, looking. 15 to shoot. Cross-court pass, finds the open man. Gibbs Lawhorn ties it up.
Doing his strong play off the bench has more than half of Northwestern's points here. They finally cracked double figures.
It's been their best offense, running him off those pin downs and those floppy actions.
On the other end, Gibbs Lawhorn answers.
Much talent they've had over the years. Rice gets a good look on the out of bounds.
And one of those programs you just see in the NCAA tournament, and you know that they're going to be a dangerous out. Like what Bob McKillop did at Davidson for years, among others. That fade from
presentation, loading up.
Looked a little like, remember Kofi Coburn and the way that he'd use his body?
Kofi needed 7 fouls, I think. Big, strong kid.
Yeah.
This is the Rudy Ball. The Mosque did it so well, and that's great look. He's waiting.
Gibbs Lawhorn sizing up Queen. It's Booth, tough catch, and he missed it for 3. Offensive rebound, Gibbs Lawhorn.
Good hustle. Those long ones. Generally, the guards have to help.
Time for Queen on skates. Gibbs Lawhorn from the range. The 3.
Got a dribble, make 2 play with a tough shot.
Rice misses.
2 big trips.
It's exactly what Illinois wants to bait him into. Gibbs Lawhorn.
There you go.
Revs the engine for 2.
Can't look ahead this late.
Never.
But they were fragile mentally, I think.
Tonight.
Unaccustomed to having the proper pieces.
Half a dozen other guys don't provide 8 points, 8 to 14 points a game, which gives you that kind of depth.
6 straight points for the Spartans. It's a 1-score game with 5 and change left in the half. This is Gibbs Lawhorn going high off glass. Boswell getting him reset. Going to fire from deep. The 3 front rim, no. Gibbs Lawhorn is there.
How about that?
For the stick. How long does Underwood keep Yakuchonis on the bench? Picked up his 4th personal. That one knocked away by Judson. This is Gibbs Lawhorn, inside contact. What's the call? It's a block. It's on Richardson.
Indiana's got to start getting some stops. It's going to start on the defensive glass. If they're going to get back in this game, get blow-bys like that, though, it's going to be a long night.
Ball movement leads to the Gibbs Lawhorn 3. Count it. Short rebound. Baller. What effort. Goodies 3. They just cannot buy one from the perimeter. 0 for 10.
In today's version of college basketball, you're just not going to win. And
Up to 6 points.
we'll see with Ohio State how they kind of pick themselves up off the mat themselves. That Oregon loss crushing, and they've got a big one against Wisconsin. Then Indiana coming in there. Life is not easy in this conference.
No, it is not. You mentioned it, that so many things can change in the blink as Gibbs Lawhorn.
His age is probably more like 6'7", but he understands angles.
And 1 opportunity. Farm Center a bit stunned by what USC has come out of the gates with.
And they're showing a little bit of another zone look, kind of a matchup. They've done a really good job of switching up defenses against Illinois thus far.
Trey White has been silent. 1 for 7 to start this game. Boswell trying to put it on the deck. Boswell 4 to shoot. Gibbs Lawhorn open 3 from the corner. Yes. Yates falling away again. Missed the shot. AG tried to keep it alive. Here's Will Riley. To Gibbs Lawhorn for 3. Got it. Boy, did Illinois need that. One into the paint. Boswell ripped it away. Another steal. Boswell feeds Gibbs Lawhorn. Hangs. And it's tied.
I think especially in the early going, we mentioned his ability to distribute the ball. He's also a guy that can get his own shot.
3 teams aren't going to make the Big Ten tournament. Don't dismiss the Crown and the NIT. We actually could have a scenario where a team that doesn't make the Big Ten tournament still makes the postseason. Because
I think the more this goes on, the more consistent Riley's going to be, but super talented.
Yakachonis with the interception. And Gibbs Lawhorn lays it in.
That's the blue.
15 points what Illinois would have
right.
Halfway through the first half. They take it, but they haven't shot well enough to take advantage.
But what does that speak to? How good the Illinois defense is.
Gibbs Lawhorn has made a couple of great defensive plays, and now he gets.
Illinois spreads it around. It can be one of it. It's not like Yakachonis has got to get 20 or Ivisic has got to get 20. Like, they just spread it around, and they have so many weapons.
Trey White has it knocked away, but finds Yakachonis. Gibbs Lawhorn.
Just good into life. The crowd's starting to come alive a little bit. If they can string together some stops here, Washington.
Gibbs Lawhorn quiets the crowd and ignites.
They like his size. But Bellamy blocked it, but
Oregon's 9.
Yeah,
even, plus 4 shot attempt.
Even their air balls, right, are preferable for Brad Underwood than, careless turnovers, obviously. They practice and talk about it every day. Oh, what a finish for Gibbs. Years in Arizona. He drives with a purpose, looking for contact to get fouled. He only averaged 1 free throw attempt a game in his 2 years. He's averaging 4 this year.
Gibbs Lawhorn. That's a 2. They'll call it a 2. They'll review it during the next stoppage.
And he looks good. TJ Bamba. Could have been a travel there.
Oh, Gibbs Lawhorn.
In the country, in tempo, which is just your average possessions over the course of a 40-minute game. They love this style. You can't play it unless you have multiple ball handlers and you're deep. And so far, they have shown that.
Gibbs Lawhorn. Another finish.
Illinois with an 8-3 record at this point. 1-1 in conference play.
Chicago State going to a zone here.
Trey White trying to beat it. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn in the game in an early 3.
But now it's most of the team that has a green light.
Right. Yakachonis from deep. Rebound out to Gibbs Lawhorn. That's a tough putback for number 2. Chicago State has now hit 7 threes on the day. Gibbs Lawhorn with the rebound. Lawhorn with a mid-range.
He has a taste for this West Coast trip.
Right.
And starting off at Oregon, who's going to compete for the Big Ten title, in my opinion. A very good group.
Illinois' final home non-conference game. Big Ten play begins with Oregon on the road, a top 10 opponent for the Orange and Blue. A few days from now, I should play Big Ten play resumes.
Nice no-look pass.
Oh, Gibbs Lawhorn with the slam of the year.
He can throw at you. I think another looking at these records, but also Kyle Boswell still on the floor. Maybe trying to get that triple-double. That'll help him.
Dividends to Illinois.
Yakachonis gets it back, and now Bates switched onto it. Illinois lead. Yakachonis gets it back from Ivisic. High ball screen.
It's been one of those nights where there's been nothing easy. That Euro step, able to free himself and find an easy bucket.
It's a long field goal drought for the Badgers. Yakachonis hangs, feeds, Gibbs Lawhorn with a tough catch. And he'll drive. Bodies up for the bucket.
Man, Max Clever. 13 for Ivisic. Fendoff. Thero loses the ball. Johnson holds up defensively. Gibbs Lawhorn gets to the rack. That could jam it up, and good understanding. Illinois up by 13. Just over 4 minutes elapsed here in the second half. Ivisic, 7 points, 3 boards.
Showing their depth right now. This is where I think he's gotten better.
Gibbs, Lawhorn.
Now the spacers are more like Ben. You know, he's the guy that's spacing, shooting the threes. You know, keeping the defense
against Alabama.
Very, very efficient night, doing it not out of character, forcing shots, just playing the game the right way.
Lawhorn for 3. It's Lawhorn again. Just hit one a second ago. Gets his long rebound. Creates space and scores.
Life a little bit with that.
That is wild. What a great team that was. We were up 21 at the half and held Chris Paul to only.
Getting something going, even if it's been a while since you've scored, it's all about the next possession.
Definitely. I mean, Johnson is providing a great spark for them. I mean, he's 8 points already. He's the high scorer. They really need a lot from him tonight, especially with KC not really getting going so early.
Gibbs, Lawhorn, all kinds of time, and will connect from 3.
Sometimes it just gets mental and just being confident in your free throw shooting.
Boswell will confidently take a 3, but just off the mark. Gibbs, Lawhorn, though, gets
strong from Craggs. Fresh 20 for Oakland. Tapped away. Breakaway. Gibbs Lawhorn for the jam. 10th turnover from Oakland. Ivisic for 3 from the wing. Another rebound. Gibbs. All the way jumper and an air ball. Transition 3. Got it.
Now, that's how you ever will not on the same page here.
Gibbs Lawhorn takes advantage of that with a mid-range jumper in the paint.
A couple days ago, not only is he such a great defender, but he just couldn't stress enough how smart of a basketball player Stapleton is and how excited he is to have him on his squad this season. Ivisic into the corner. DGL sinks it. Ivisic with the inbound now. Boswell, top of the key. Riley outside, finds DGL cross court, and he gets it to go again.
Last year, when they are trailing at halftime, they are 1-14. But when they are leading at halftime, they are 12-2. So I like to see how that stat kind of plays a role with them this year.
Gibbs Lawhorn again. He got it again. Mentioned those for Will Riley, and they're bound to happen. Here's Yakuchonis, player who's looked so impressive thus far, finds DGL for the 2. Stapleton has been everywhere tonight, had some good defensive plays, and as you mentioned, a nice double-digit outing for RT Stapleton. Riley with it now. Finds Dre Gibbs, Lawhorn behind the arc.